Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It has been a crazy week for the chess world and we're not done yet. We have got one of the most interesting chess events that has come up in this calendar year. We're previewing it today. It is Checkmate, USA versus India. It is a team of 5 players from the USA taking on a team of 5 players from India. What are the players? Well, these will be your matchups and your players. So, on Team USA, we have got GM Hikaru Nakamura, GM Fabiano Caruana, I am Carissa Yip, I am Levy Rozman, aka Gotham Chess, and I am Tani Adewumi. I think I butchered his last name. On Team India, we have got the world champion GM Gukesh Dommaraju, GM Arjun Erigaisi, now GM Divya Deshmukh, I am Sagar Shah of Chess-Base India, and I am Ethan Vaz. And what is happening is these players are playing a one-on-one match. So Hikaru is playing Gukesh, Fabiano is playing Arjun, Carissa Yip is playing Divya Deshmukh, Levy is playing Sagar Shah, and Tani is playing Ethan. So it's kind of like 2 established grandmasters, 2 very top women players, 2 IMs, and 2 kind of young prodigies or young players. So as you can see on screen, if you're watching the video on YouTube, these are the whole matchups. What is the format? Well, the format I think is very interesting. So I'll just close these tabs down here and I'll explain them to you in just a moment. So it is 5 rounds. Each round is a game between 2 players, 1 from each team. USA plays white, India plays black. You might say, wait, isn't that unfair? The idea is to have a second return leg in India. So this first leg, where white gets all, where the USA gets the white pieces in every game, it is being played in a beautiful stadium in Arlington, Texas. And hopefully there will be a return leg of USA versus India in India, where India will then get the white pieces. Whether the same players will be involved, we will see. The time control, the main time control is 10 minutes, and the players get 1 second increment when they drop below 1 minute. This is to try and help with flagging, but it could still happen. Now, there are no draws, in theory. You get the point. So, you cannot resign. You have to play till checkmate. If the game ends in a draw, because obviously I don't think they want you to offer a draw, but if it gets a repetition or something like that, then they've got tie breaks to settle the point. It's not a half point. Someone will win and someone will lose. What are the tie breaks? Well, they start with 5 minutes per side, and then it's like 2 minutes per side, and then it's 1 minute per side. No, it's 5 minutes, and then it's a one minute, and they continue with 1 minute until somebody wins. So most likely 1 game, but if it's not settled in that 1 game, someone finds a perpetual check or something like that, they play tie breaks. I hope I explained that very clearly. I think it's a beautiful format. So the schedule, it takes place on October 4th, when I'm recording this, starting at 5 p.m. CST. I don't know what time that is. 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so I assume that's Central Time. At midnight in Central European Standard Time, and 3:30 a.m. in Indian Standard Time. So if you're watching in India, it's terrible. This is the location in Arlington, Texas. Again, if you're watching on video, if you're listening on podcast, just Google it. It's at the Esports Stadium in Arlington, Texas. They're on a massive stage. It looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that's all kind of the just information. Now let's talk about the individual matchups. I believe the order is different to what you're seeing on screen. So I'm led to believe when I watched Gotham Chess video when he was speaking about this, and I'm giving my own kind of thoughts. I believe it is Fabiano and Arjun starting, and then it is I think Tani and Ethan, and then I think it's Carissa and Divya, and then Levy and Sagar Shah are the 4th game, and then the final game, if it goes to that, is Hikaru versus Gukesh. Now, I think this is actually quite difficult to call. So I'm going to go with the order I've got on screen. So in terms of Hikaru versus Gukesh, I think because this is a rapid format, I think Hikaru is most likely to win his game. So that means it's 1-0 to the USA. Gukesh could win, but his strengths are very much in classical chess. He is not yet an elite rapid player, let alone an elite blitz player or bullet player. His strengths are very much classical. There's been a lot of conversation about Gukesh in general, but one of the things that I've spoken about is how far behind he is in terms of just the other Indian players around him, like Arjun, like Pragdananda, like Nihal Saran, in terms of his shorter time control play. Of course, his classical play, you can't dispute that. He's the world champion. But Hikaru has the edge in this rapid format. The next match, Fabiano Caruana versus Arjun Erigaisi, I think is a really tight matchup to call. And I think that'll be a very important game. Honestly, if there were draws, I would call it a draw. Because there isn't, I'm going to give the advantage to Arjun Erigaisi, but for a very silly reason. Fabiano Caruana just played and won the Grand Chess Tour final. That was being held in Brazil, and I believe he won it like yesterday or the day before. So he has flown from Brazil to Arlington, Texas. It is not a long flight. But I'm giving it to Arjun just because I think he's been in the country longer, despite the fact he's not American. In terms of Carissa Yip versus Divya Deshmukh, I think I'm going to give that to Divya Deshmukh. Yes, you can say she's a GM and Carissa's an IM. I don't think it particularly matters. I think that in terms of their rating, their rapid rating is not too different. It's Carissa's 2318, Divya is 2388. So about 70 points or so, which isn't a lot. So I would give it to Divya. Actually, I just see on my screen now, Arjun's higher rated than Fabi by 5 points. No, by 15 points, sorry. I can't do maths. It's a Saturday when I'm recording this. So, potentially 2-1 to India. Now, Levy versus Sagar Shah. I don't want to sound like a Gotham Chess fanboy. But he's got a very, very good record against Sagar Shah. And Levy has played chess recently, like, in a professional manner. Sagar Shah doesn't play as much. He's very focused on chess-based India. He does play. He does play. But it's not as much, and I don't think it is as serious. Someone's going to be in the comments and tell me, no, you don't know what you're talking about. That's what the comments are there for, and I'll respond to you, and we'll have a good discussion. I'm giving that one to IM Levy Rozman. And then finally, it is the battle of the IMs again, but it is two players who I do not know a lot about. I know about Tani. I do not know much about Ethan Vaz. This could go either way. I'm going to leave it at that. But I do think I've got it at 2-2. This could be the deciding matchup. This could really be the deciding matchup. Because if it gets 2-2 and the final game is Hikaru versus Gukesh, I'm giving that to Hikaru. So this is a very, very important point for India. If the USA wins this and Fabiano Caruana or Carissa Yip or Levy, they get the point, the USA will win this. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm expecting like a 3-2. Obviously, it won't go to game 5 if it's 3-1. So I'm expecting 3-2. I'm expecting it to be 2-2 going into the last. It could be 3-1. It could be 3-1 and then we don't even get to see Hikaru versus Gukesh. I don't know if the game will still happen, if the USA has already won, but by the time we get to that, the game could be over. If it's played in this order, I think that makes it even more exciting because I could see 1, 1, 1, 1 and it get to 2-2 in the final boards. I think those last two boards, I am Tani versus I am Ethan, are the hardest games to call for me. But let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, that's what they're there for. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I am completely wrong. But I'm super, super excited for this. You know, some top players you don't get to see a lot of. A very, very unique format. An esports stage, the likes of which we've never seen. They've all got custom shirts. You know, USA's in blue, which is interesting. I'm going to leave that there. And India's in like their orange shirts. Really, really cool. Although they misspelled Divya Deshmukh's last name on her shirt, so she's probably going to have to get that replaced before the match starts. I don't know if they'll be able to make another one, but they should be. That's stupid errors to make. But anyway, that's where we're going to end the video, talking about their shirt colors. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed this preview. It's going to be super exciting. Recap will follow soon, probably tomorrow, and then we'll get cracking. If you enjoyed this content, subscribe if you'd like to. Cheers.